The memoir I chose for my assignment is called Crazy Brave by Joy Harjo. Concerning the first question, what kind of a person do you think the author is? I think that she is someone who is very proud of her culture, and she is someone who is very mindful of her surroundings, and she always keeps a very deep bond with the earth, and she's very, very spiritual and very aware of her ancestry. A great example would be one of the first quotes in the book. It says, "As I approached the doorway to earth, I was hesitant to enter. I kept looking over my shoulder. I heard the crisp voice of the releaser of souls urge me forward. Don't look back." Page 20. This quote makes me feel like she's very bound on the older ways of the Indians. She's a Native American of the Muskoka Creek tribe in Tulsa. She is an absolutely mesmerizing writer. Her writing is something so completely unique. And I think that there's a big part of who she is. She looks like a very free spirit, and she has the soul of someone very, very old. The characteristics that inspire me to become better that I could take away from this book from her are being more mindful of myself and my spiritual journey. Another character would be to be more brave and to stand for what I believe in more, because throughout the book she changed from a girl who was very submissive to a young woman that fought for what she thought was right, which I admire on so many levels, and I absolutely love her eagerness to change this world. I come from a completely different culture as Harjo. I can't really say that my experiences have been in any way similar to hers, but what I can say is that her family situation has not been very ideal for what the times were back then. That situation of her parents splitting could be very similar to what happened to my parents, but she dealt with this situation was very different from how I dealt with it. In her teenage years, she moved to a boarding school in New Mexico, which gave her the opportunity to grow in a way that she wouldn't have been able to back from where she grew in a spiritual way because she was surrounded by children from her culture as her. So she was able to grow as a person while discovering more from her culture because they're different. I absolutely loved this piece of literature because I feel like through the entire book she scattered ideas and thoughts that speak to me on a very different level. One of the examples would be on page 73. She says, "What is eternity? What about the presence of time? Is time a being who can be appeased? Or is time a tyrant?" This quote in particular makes me want to book a ticket and go talk to her because the way she thinks is very similar to how I think. I am myself a very spiritual person, and topics like these spark great interest in me. In Hamlet, many of the characters let themselves be driven by their emotions. They let themselves be controlled by what they were feeling. And there's this one particular quote. On page 151, Harjo says, "Then, without warning, I was gutted by panic. It coiled around me and opened uncountable hungry mouths." In this moment, she let herself be controlled by emotions so strong that she was not able to think rationally, and this feeling continued throughout a very long period of her life, which was not very pleasant. She describes this experience of being controlled by a specific emotion or feeling She describes it as something as if she was walking through a dark passage that she did not see an exit from. In conclusion, this book was something absolutely life-changing and beautiful, and I will forever hold this close to my heart because the way she describes things, the way she writes her English, she is truly a magician, and I am very, very happy